Alright, what's up everyone? I realized that I have a water tutorial, which is a written how-to on the website, but I didn't do a YouTube video of it yet. And ignore the edge of this, I gotta paint that so it kind of blends in with this, but forget about all that. We're gonna show you how I create a ripply, wavy waterfront with just two materials, well, a couple materials, I lied. Mod Podge, gloss, that's all you need for the base of your water, and then to do your waves, you're gonna need some Liquitex gloss gel, as well as some popsicle sticks and a little bit of acrylic paint. That's all I did to create the water. We're not talking about the scenery around the water or anything else. We're just going to be talking about the water tonight. So first step is I create a mix of blues and greens that I use as my base color, which is the bottom of the color of the water. So I mixed some blues and some browns and some greens, a little bit of gray, and I made a murky color, blue greenish color. The next step I did is to come back with, once that's dry obviously, some of your Mod Podge. It's got to be the gloss, and I put down I know it's kind of drying, so I'm just gonna do this real quick just to show you. I put down three to four layers of Mod Podge, just pretty thin like that. Work it in. Your brush strokes don't have to be super perfect. You don't want giant globs. You want it to be pretty smooth, because it would show up if you were pretty globby. And we put down about 4 layers like that. This was the second layer, so that's actually the third layer. I'm going to go ahead and paint the rest of the third layer on this section, and then show you guys what the next step is. We're only going to do 3 for this, and then I'll show you how to use the Liquitex gloss to create waves. Okay, now you can see I have my third coat down. We're only going to do 3 coats. Up at the harbor end, up this way, you guys can't see it, but I did 4 coats. I realized you couldn't really see the difference between 3 and 4, so it's up to you. 3 just creates a little bit of depth, because now there's 3 layers of a clear coating, and you can see there's a little bit of almost when you're looking at glass, a little bit of separation between the paint and the top of the Mod Podge. So we're going to let this all dry. There's a fly flying around here. We're going to let this all dry and come back when it's dry and show you how we do the gel gloss from Liquitex to create our ripply texture. And it's not a technique that I made up. It's one that I saw another YouTuber doing. So I will actually credit them in the link below and show you guys. That way you can see his video, because he's using it for a stream. So we're doing it from a waterfront. He's doing it for a stream, but it's the same concept. So we'll come back when this is dry. All right, so we're back. We moved down about a foot this direction, because this was a layer of Mod Podge that was already dried. So I'm going to just show you how I go about stepping on everything that's off the camera. Big pile of foam back there, sorry. I'm going to show you how I go about making my waves with this gloss gel medium and just a simple popsicle stick. I think the craft stores, like your Michaels, call these craft sticks. Oops, I bumped the camera. Bad video. Craft sticks. So go get yourself a pack of craft sticks. They're like $3. You get about 10,000 of them. I don't think it's 10,000. It's probably like maybe 150, but whatever. Get your coupon. You can get this stuff with your coupon for pretty cheap. I think it's like $9 or $10 for a whole thing. Normally you can get it 40% off from Michaels usually, and these are $3. So forget about all that. Here's how we do this. First, you give her the good old open. This has been used heavily up at the harbor, and as you can see, it's kind of the same consistency as Mod Podge, but I just get a little bit, a liberal amount on my popsicle stick here. Oh, keep it on camera. Get some on my popsicle stick, and then all I do is just start to, like you're buttering your toast in the morning, start to apply a little bit on a thin layer. You can be thicker in spots and thinner in spots, but you want to kind of cover a little. I try to cover a little area first. Fill in any cracks you want to get it up against the rocks here. For me, I want the waves to be going to the rocks. I'm trying to fill in my tough areas first. And we're just going to start with this it's like a 3 by 5 inch area first. Other people might show you some different techniques, but for doing a large area, this is how I found it to work. Because I'm trying to cover like 16 linear feet like this. Anywhere from 5 inches deep to 3 inches deep. So we have a layer put down. And the whole idea now is to come at it and make a whole bunch of C motions with your popsicle stick. But I'm going to go this way because my waves go into the ocean or into the harbor or the seawall. So as I'm dragging backwards, I'm just starting to create some random wave shapes coming into my seawall. And it takes you a couple passes of doing it to get it right. Kind of form them the way your eye likes it. We're getting there. Sorry if my hand's in the way. It's difficult to do it from this angle. Little excess there. And you're just creating some random wave shapes coming into the ocean or coming into your seawall. Okay, so that's what I have there. I'm going to work my way down and do the next section. Hopefully my hand stays out of the way. But we're just going to do the second half here. And it looks really funny now because it's white and you can see a lot more of the very pronounced textures and caps of the waves. But as it dries clear and glossy, you'll see a lot less of the goofiness of it. It won't look as strange. Right now it just looks like a big old glob of white. But I promise, as it dries, and I bump my camera again, as it dries, it will look much more like waves. And I'm going to push them up again into the rocks. Like that. Get them in these little crevices. There's also a video that Doug Fiscali did on FOS Scale Models on his YouTube channel, which I will be doing later on my layout. And I'll link to his video of how he creates his waves with latex caulk. And I will do that on top of this for areas where I want more violent waves. So again, just going to go back, blend the new section with the old section, and start making some random C-shaped wave, long waves coming into the shoreline here. That area is a little thicker. I'm actually going to re-spread this out down this way a little more. A little too thick for what I wanted. Get a little extra off my popsicle stick here. And go back. Make my waves. If you're not happy with it, you do have time to go back and do it. It takes quite a while to dry, so you have some time to fix any weird waves. Or what I like to do is try to avoid repeating patterns, so you don't want to look like all of your waves are the same. So every now and then I'll come in and make an errant, just odd wave that doesn't meet the rest, or odd ripple. Some of them are going to have little peaks on them, and that's okay. Okay. So I'm pretty happy with that. Bumping the camera again. Pretty happy there. We're just going to let that dry and come back. And this will take quite a while to dry because it's thick. Put it on a little thicker because I want my waves to be very, very textured. But when I come back, this will look like my waves that I have pictured in my harbor. And I'll throw the picture here at the end of the video. Awesome. So it's been drying now for about 24 hours, 36 hours. And I wanted to show you guys the after results where I'm at so far. I was adding a little bit of some wet effects around here, and I'm going to put some dust around that, so ignore that. But here is the results so far. It is harder to touch. it'll probably take another 12 or so hours for all that fogginess to be gone. There's just a lot of moisture in my basement right now. It's kind of humid. But here's a section I did also where you can see that there's a lot less of that fogginess. And it'll go away more with time. It's just a humid time in my basement, so it takes a little longer to dry. So I wanted to come down and show you guys the final results of the water that I made with the clear gel medium. I'm just going to do a quick pass. And then I'm going to run up to our harbor and show you the actual after results. Here are the results of it when you let it dry for, you know, a little longer. I did these back in the winter when my basement was a little more dry, so it dried a lot faster than I anticipated. Well, actually, I'm sorry. I anticipated the other water to dry a little faster. So here is what it actually looks like. Here's a section I haven't done that effect to yet. But yeah, Liquitex Gel Gloss Medium. Same technique, just dried a little faster, I'm sorry. So that is the desired effect. It's a little dusty up here, but we'll dust that off later. There you go. There's a close-up of the waves we created. With a little bit of scenery around it. Not quite done yet, but it's getting there. You can see it makes a pretty cool wave effect. Once it is completely dry, all that fogginess goes away. So yeah, that's it. That's my quick little tutorial on creating waves with Liquitex Gel Gloss Medium. It looks like I'm going to have to re-glue that. A little loose there. Whoop. Piling's down. Alright guys, I'm going to fix that, and I'm going to call this video a wrap. Thanks for watching.